Today's lesson is on the guitar solo from Killer Queen by the band Queen. So it's Brian May guitar part. There's a main guitar part all the way through this, which is what we're looking at today. There's also 3 other harmony parts that he adds in, which is worth a look as well, so I might do another lesson on those. So we need to start off on the 2nd string, 8th fret, playing this note. Probably your 4th finger is the best one, but you could use 3rd. And we need to bend that up towards the 10, so that's a whole step or a tone. But just before it reaches that sound, what we need to do is then play the 5th fret on the 1st string, which is the same note that this one was heading towards. So, and then we play that twice. So it's and then back to the 2nd string, 8th fret, and we play on the 2nd string 8, 6, 5, and then 7 on the 3rd. So that's the first phrase. And as with a lot of these solos, the best way to learn them is to just take a phrase at a time, go through it slowly, get the hang of what it is, and then speed it up a bit, and then move on to the next one. So the 2nd phrase, same position, 1st string 5, 6, 2nd string 8, back to the 1st string 5, and then we do a pull off from the 6 to the 5 on the 2nd string, and then a 7 on the 3rd. So it's 3rd phrase. Here we do a pre-bend, and there's a lot of pre-bends in this solo. Hopefully you all know what pre-bends are. Just in case you don't, just quickly, a pre-bend is where instead of playing a note, for example this note, and bending it up to the sound like this note, and then letting it down, which is a release, that's a standard thing. A pre-bend is where you do the bend before playing the string, so it's silent, then you pick the string and let it down. So all you hear is the release. That's a pre-bend, or pre-bend and release. So we need to do one of those at 6 on the 2nd string. So that actually means we're trying to make the sound of an 8 by doing this. And then you let it down. Like that. And we play that same note again. 3rd fret on the 1st string. And then a similar thing to what we've just done up here. 4, pull off to 3, and then 5 on the 3rd string. So that little phrase was. And then from there we play 1st string, 3rd fret, 2nd string, 4, 6, same string, 3, 4, pull off to 3, and then a 5 on the 3rd string, which slides down. It's one of those slides that just sort of disappears into nothing. So you just relax your finger as you're sliding. So that last phrase was. And from there we slide into the 3rd fret on the 4th string, which is an F note. And we slide into that, and then play it once more. Pause, and play it twice more. Pause, twice more. That's the end of the 1st section. This solo is really in 2 halves. That's the end of the 1st half. So I'll just put all of that together slowly for you. Second half, move right up to this higher position, which is called 15th position, because this finger is lined up with the 15. So it's 15, 16, 17, 18. And we start off 3rd string 17 twice, followed by 15. So it's, and then it gets a little bit difficult. You need to play that same note you've just played, the 15, but as a pre-bend, so it's going to sound like a 17. It's going to sound like that. So it's, and let it down, and then a 17 on the 4th string. So that was. So the hard part there is controlling that pre-bend and getting it in time. And then we go to the 2nd string, 18, played twice, and the 2nd time you pull off to 15. So it's, and then we play, leave that finger there, play 16, pull off to 15. And then 17 on the 3rd string. So that was. And then there's another pre-bend at the 15 here, so it's going to sound like a 17. And this is tricky, this, because you have to do the pre-bend, hold it there, pick it twice, and then let it down to the 15. So the effect is 17, 17, 15. Like this. And then again, pre-bend and let it down. And play the 17 on the 4th string. So that little phrase was. So the next part, we move to the 2nd string, down to 12th position, and we play 15, and then there's a whole series of pull-offs. You play 15 again and pull off to 12, and 13 pull off to 12, 15 to 13 pull off, 16 to 15, 18 to 16. So that was. You might notice when I play that, my 1st finger doesn't really leave the string, it stays on that 2nd string. Makes it slightly easier to get the speed. And then we play the 18 again, where we've just ended up here. So we play the 18 again and bend it up a tone. So a tone means 2 frets, remember, so we're trying to make the 18 sound like a 20, which is that. And once you've done that, you hold the bend there, and then you pick it again and let it come down to the 18. So it's. From this point on, I think that the solo is quite hard to pick out because of the harmony parts that are playing. There's 3 guitars playing at once at this stage, 3 lead guitars. So one of the harmony parts has dropped out, but there's 2 harmonies plus the main lead, and they're all doing similar things. And it's quite hard to pick out what's going on with the main guitar, but this is what I think he's doing. So after the bend and pick and release, we then play 2nd string 16, 18, 1st string 15, 16. And straight away we need to do a pre-bend at 18 and release and pull off to 16. You may find you want to use these 2 fingers for that. So it's. And then we play 16 on the 3rd string, 18 on the 2nd, and then another pre-bend, 15 pre-bend to 16, so it's only a small one, and let it down. So that little phrase there with the pre-bends was. And we go straight into this next part, which is 17 3rd string, 16 2nd string. 3rd finger this needs to be, this next part. 2nd string 18, bend to a 20, and you play that twice. Hold the bend there, pick it again and let it down. So I'll just play the last couple of phrases. the last phrase of the solo, same position, same finger, 18 on the second string, bend it up to the 20 again, and once it's there, you play the 18 with your little finger on the first string, like this. And then, quite difficult the last part, you have to hold that bend that we've just played, hold it at so it sounds like a 20. After you play this note here, you then pick the bent string 3 more times, like this. And right on the very end, after that last one, you then push the string up 1 note higher. So instead of a 20, it now sounds like a 21. And that's the whole solo. So now I'm going to play through the whole thing, and I'll add the harmony parts on as well.